Hello, hello. Okay, first and foremost, if you watch this and it is helpful, I would love for you to hit some likes and some hearts and just give me a little juice there. And if it's helpful, please leave a comment, tell me what resonates with you, and share it with your friends. Also, before we go any further, I want to let you know that I have got a new Facebook group. It's a revived Facebook group, and I want you to be a part of it. It's for badass activators and conscious creators, and if that is you, I would love for you to join, and I'll put a link in the comments. So, today I'm super excited to talk to you about how you're feeling about your marketing and how you're feeling about marketing your services. Essentially, this is something that I have noticed in myself over the years. So I've been doing online stuff for so long. Like, I've been blogging before it was called blogging. I, have been in this online world like pretty much since the dawn of it. I was making websites and everything. We're doing all this before there was a thing as having a strategy around it. So it's really been interesting for me to then now, and even like doing marketing in my own business, I basically had to realize that what I do naturally is marketing, which is when I'm excited about something, I shout it from the rooftops. So that can be a really helpful thing, but there's a whole different ball game that has emerged in the last couple of years around really needing to kind of pay to play with Facebook ads and algorithms, and the game is constantly changing online, and so really learning how to use it and how to leverage it as a business owner has gotten more complex. So this is something that I work with my clients all the time, and it's something I've totally had and noticed within myself, which is these times where you feel just resistance, where you kind of are annoyed by having to jump through these hoops of Facebook all the time. I have a total love-hate relationship with Facebook, and basically where you almost find yourself hating it, right? Or if you see a certain person or a certain influencer, right, who really triggers you or charges you online, and basically there's something about it that just turns you off. So I know I talk about this with another experienced girlfriend of mine who's experienced in the whole marketing online world, and that there's a side of it that we're just sometimes, honestly, we're just we're so over this, right? There's just this piece of it that is so inauthentic. It's completely so much of it these days is trying to tell you that you don't know anything, or that you need their thing to be on the right track. And so there's so much scarcity in it, there's so much manipulation, and so much fake, right? And so I know for me and for all my heart-centered entrepreneurs that I work with, that we don't want that, right? We want this to be authentic. We want to be able to communicate with people in a very real way, in a very truthful way. And it's not to say that other stuff is out there, but if it doesn't resonate with you and it's not really hitting home for you with a lot of truth, then it's just not going to be a match. Which I think what we're seeing is that we're basically getting smarter, right? So you can't fool people now that there's so much marketing and it's so saturated and everyone's doing this cool thing with 3 videos and this, that, and the other, that it can be really easy to just get over it, right? We can sniff it out now so much more. We can sniff out when we're trying to be sold, or when we're trying to be manipulated. And so as the public gets smarter, and as they're getting more inundated with offers, then what happens for you as a marketer in your own business is that those stakes are raising, right? You now can't, yes, you can, please be this, but come out and be your natural self and know that you can just be successful. The game is constantly changing, right? So you are having to learn these new ways to make sure that you're still getting in front of people, that they're still going to see you, even if they like you and love you and they've known you and they want to work with you. These algorithms and the things that are happening online might be pushing you down, and actually might have it be so that they aren't actually seeing you as much as they love you, unless you're paying for ads. So all this is to say that if you have been experiencing this feeling of being annoyed or resisting it, a big, powerful process that I take my clients through, and an important one that I even take through myself, is anytime you're feeling these feelings, what can happen so often is if you are kind of feeling these feelings of being annoyed or hating it or feeling overwhelmed, that what can happen so often is that we end up just getting caught in the loop of that, or self-justifying in the face of that. So it can be really common that we will then just stay in the loop of like, this is annoying, or I don't want to play it, or that's stupid, or the resistance can be our own self-justification for actually staying stuck and not moving through it. So my invitation for you would be to walk yourself through an exercise of like, what are all the things that are making you like, hate marketing? Like you could literally even start with a list of like, I hate marketing. This is why it's annoying, right? And what that helps you do is it helps you surface. I keep being on my tippy toes because I actually really want this lower, so I'm just going to lower it. It helps you surface what is that resistance within you. So I want you to really identify what is this resistance within you. And the reason why this is so important is because you need to see what is it triggering. So you need to surface that first. It's kind of like if you're angry, a really powerful question is like, what does this anger have to say? And for you to give it a voice, for you to not just stuff it down or not have it be this subconscious thing that ends up making you play small and has you actually just self-justifying your own frozen loop behavior. But instead, let's surface it. Let's look at what is triggering you. Is that it makes you feel inadequate, or that you feel overwhelmed by having to learn something new, or that you don't know where to start, or that you're already so busy as it is. And what it can do is it can help surface where you need support. And the thing that, what's nice about when you give voice to the feelings, if you give voice to your anger, if you give voice to your frustration or your annoyance or your judgment, whatever this is that just needs to get it out so that you can see it, so that you really, and this is all I'm doing with my clients, right, is that they have a safe space and this opportunity for you to excavate and share and explore these feelings. And what it does as a result is that we move it. It shifts. It no longer can stay in your body and kind of stuck, even subconsciously, in not moving you forward. And then what happens is you can open the doors to possibility. You start seeing new possibilities. And the biggest one that I'm super excited about is that it reminds you of how totally resourceful you are, how completely capable you are of this. You're actually really great at marketing, because if you are excited about something and you do want to talk about it, you're great at it, and that you love learning, and that I know that you teach what you do, and that you are allowing this like gift to come through you, and the process that you're in so much of your life is about learning, and that there are some people, probably about marketing itself, that have excited you about learning new things, and because you have all of a sudden seen that possibility. But you might go back, if you're stuck in this, or if you feel this, you might just loop back to the comfort zone of being annoyed or hating it, or feeling overwhelmed by it, or not liking the obligation of it, which is a big one for like rebels like us, right? That we're just like, we don't wanna have to do it a certain way, which is totally legit. The other piece that I love helping people come back to is having it come into alignment for you. So much of what we see online is this big like have to do it this way, or this is the best way, and all these things that we don't want to or don't feel in alignment with us. And so we use those as like our excuses to stay small or hate it or not want to do it, because we're like, I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna, and then you think you're gonna do it your way, but you don't really do it your way, because subliminally you have still this tape playing that you're not doing it right, or you're not doing it the best way, or you just there's fear, right? Fear can come up. And so that fear and overwhelm ends up creating like a stuckness. So my invitation for you is for you to do this work, like legitimately break out a piece of paper and let your resistance talk to you so that you can surface those gremlins, surface your judgments, your annoyance, all the feelings of the way. And just, this is about igniting the witness for these feelings so that you can actually just see them, surface them, so that they're not operating subliminally. And then the next, like, super important, really powerful step in this is actually a process that I even walk you through in Rewrite Your Scripts, which is a great program. I can put a link below. It's also on my website, willowlovesyou.com. But that it's all about then speaking what's true. So, for example, I might have listed out this like huge list of all these, things that annoy me about online marketing and like, definitely, like I said, I have such this love-hate relationship with Facebook because I really get so annoyed with the fact that we spend so much of our creative, beautiful, resourceful, amazing energy having to figure out what new thing Facebook has done, and we have to jump through these hoops of learning. Certainly keeps it fresh, that's for sure, right? Like that we're constantly learning new things, but that ultimately that is something that annoys me, right? But here's the beautiful thing. Then I want you to surface why marketing is value to you. Like, turn up the volume on why marketing is valuable to you. Turn up the volume on what it does for you, or what you do like. It doesn't even have to be about marketing necessarily, but for me, for example, I love that I get to use this platform to connect with you. I see that Laura is watching. Hi, Laura. So I love that I get to connect with people out there that I love and adore, that it gives me this opportunity to connect with so many people. What an awesome thing, right? What an amazing platform. What an exciting opportunity that is, right? Same with email. Like if you find yourself like hating email or so annoyed with the obligation and the overwhelm of email, well, the fact is, how cool is it that we get to send these like messages, and when it's good, it's so good because it's this like beautiful connective opportunity for us to communicate and exchange information, right? So it's really making sure you're surfacing what's good about it. Another thing that I love about online is that it's a real there's an element to it, which is I love like celebrating the equality that's available, that if you are online, you have access to this information, that it's no longer, yes, there's things that cost different levels, but that largely we all have so much access online to each other's wisdom, that there's people out there right now that are making no money able to watch this, and then there's people out there making $1 million able to watch this. So it's a real like equalizer that we have this amazing online platform and online place for us to share information. I love how many new people it's brought into my life. I mean, if you start actually counting up the ways that online and online marketing and you even doing your stuff or in some way, shape, or form, even if it's sharing personally, all the relationships that have come into your life that have been totally life-changing, and that you maybe then also have been able to change their lives. And that's another thing that I just think is so cool, is how many clients I've been able to support who, when they find me, they're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And they are so relieved and they're so grateful. And I know that for every single one of you watching this that has a service and has this awesome thing that you're sharing with the world, that you have experienced that too, that you've had people coming to you that have said, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been looking for, and thank you so much for doing what you do because I absolutely love this. And so your job as a marketer, or just as someone who loves what you do and wants to share it with the world, is to remember that your gift, this thing that's coming through you and all your wisdom, is so important to share with the world. So by you not doing marketing, it is totally you playing small. It's you not believing, not remembering that these people out there are waiting for your gift, and they're not going to see it unless they see your offer. They're not going to see it unless you make sure that you remember to get it out there and are telling them about it, because yes, it is a noisy world, but the thing is that if they've met you or they've found you, or it's like trusting in also this like big web of the universe as well, that if they have found you, that they're being guided to you. So remembering that there's also something larger at work here, and that you're not powerless against this like force of online. And in fact, because you are so resourceful, because you are so capable, and you're such a voracious learner, you can either learn, and most importantly, you can learn in a way that is in alignment for you, that feels really exciting for you, from someone that you actually really, really love and are lit up by, right? So that's super key. Also, it's so important in an abundance mindset to remember that you can receive support. That if this is not your jam, that you have no interest in it, that you can receive support. And I will tell you, from years and years of not having good or quality support, and then now receiving quality support, it is out there. And also that if you are finding that you're not feeling really super motivated by some of the things, keep searching. It's not an all or nothing. It's not black or white. That if you just haven't found the right person that totally lights you up for this, like, that's what I know about my work, is that I'm not a coach out there that's talking about like make 6 or 7 figures all the time. Like, there's a lot of different kind of coaches, and it's not where I come from. And I know that there's a lot of people who work with me because they're turned off by a lot of what they see out there. But if you are super connected to the heart, to spirit, to wanting to have this be about serving the world, about having your gifts come through you, about, yes, speaking up, more boldly and unapologetically, all of those things that actually really come from you coming into your own truth, standing in your own value, being real and authentic. That's my work. And there's people that are drawn to that. They don't want the people like that are doing it on other ends of the spectrum, right? Yes, Laura, it is. It's about changing your mindset in marketing, and it's a celebration of connection. Yes, creating change in the world, creating community. Absolutely. Hear, hear. Awesome. So really wanted you to dig in, do this exercise, watch this again if you want, just so that you can really do this exercise of surfacing what's there so that you can see it. Like, let it speak, let it have a voice so that it doesn't stay within you. You can even like shake it out, move your body. I'm standing up for this live today so that I could also move my body, and basically just let it move through you. Be curious. I always say, like, be a curious anthropologist of your own fierce convictions. So don't be willing to stay in this like, I hate marketing and online marketing sucks, or, Facebook sucks or whatever, because ultimately that might be limiting you, and it's actually a disservice to those people out there that are waiting to find your service, your gift, your message. And so please remember that you can find somebody that's in alignment for you to support you, that you can learn the ways, or just come back into doing it the way you want to do it. If you're finding that you're square pegging round hole, like square peg round hole on the way that you're trying to do it, and it's just not feeling good, then do what feels good. Find what feels good. And in my world, I love video. It's so easy for me, and I love talking to other people as well. And often, so it's just about experimenting and knowing that, guess what? You get to run your business however you want, and you get to change this up and make it super fun and amazing for you. So do that, right? Okay. Awesome chatting with you. Again, please hit like or love or lots of hearts. Please comment on what really was a good reflection for you or an insight for you that you're going to take away. Please share this if this resonated with you, and if you want to share with others about helping them get their message out in the world, and if they are also struggling with marketing and online marketing, that they might need to hear this message today too. And I will leave you some links in the comments, because I would love for you to join my Badass Activators and Conscious Creators group. And I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, day or evening, wherever you are. And thanks again for joining. Great to see you. Mwah.